Hello there, YouTube. Hybrick Silva here. Yes, I'm recording in the dark again. Mainly because it seems to be working well. So why break a good thing if it's working for this part? Anyway, just finished watching the Steelers and Panthers game. Game was pretty close early until the second half. Steelers ended up winning 37 to 19, I think it was. Yeah, 37 to 19. Man, talk about problems on Carolina's side. Steelers just dominated them. But there is one bright side for the Panthers. It is that all their acquisitions do seem to have potential, including their rookie Benjamin, who came from Florida State, who ended up helping Florida State win the national championship last year. So they have that. And let's see, tomorrow is Chicago and the Jets. A lot of good games happened today. A lot of them were close at first, but second half kind of blew it open. For instance, the 49ers blew a 14-point lead and ended up losing, I think it was 27 to 14. I'm sure someone in the comments will correct me if I'm wrong. I am sorry, I don't remember the score completely. I just know Cardinals beat the 49ers, and 49ers got some questions. And Seattle was able to beat Denver in the rematch, but it did end up going into overtime. Manning did lead Denver into the tie to go into overtime, but Seattle got it done in overtime with the touchdown. Now, I wanted to wait until I was sure about this, but I think it's time I do mention this a little bit, and then maybe make another video mentioning all the players, because I don't really have the names. I don't really know all the players too well of who's involved in this, but I guess I should quickly touch on the recent problem the NFL has run into with domestic dispute, domestic violence cases. Prime example being Ray Rice and Adrian Peterson, because those are the two that have been the most mentioned. And just before the end of the game, Chris Collinsworth did hit on this point. The NFL does have to be a prime example. They have to show that they will not tolerate any of this domestic violence. Now, in Adrian Peterson's case, I think his case could be more blown over because he admits he wasn't perfect in disciplining his child, but he felt he did need to discipline his child. But with all the other ones, it does become a point where now it's become a big distraction from the game. And unfortunately, I personally think that there's going to be a lot more names that's going to come out about a lot more disputes, and it's quite possible this could end up going all the way to the end of the season. And by end of the season, I mean all the way to the Super Bowl. This is definitely one thing that's not going to go away, and it does have to be addressed, though. This is one thing that does have to be addressed, because even I believe domestic violence should not be tolerated at all. But we'll have to see where this goes from this point. And as far as Roger Goodell, I don't have enough to make a clean, unbiased decision as far as Roger Goodell. But as of now, I think he has a lot of explaining to do. And the only reason why most of the commentators aren't really going against him is mainly because they don't want to lose their jobs, because for the most part he has done good as far as that goes. With injury, with the injuries and all these unnecessary stuff, like unnecessary injuries, unnecessary blows to the head. But I'm just gonna say this: if it's true that he actually had the video back 3 months ago, before all this happened, and he purposely lied about it, then maybe he should at least be suspended from his job pending investigation, if not lose his job. But again, it's probably a bit biased right now, because I want to make sure I have all my facts straight before I do give an unbiased answer to something this big. But anyway, I think that's enough of that for now. I will definitely make a separate video for all of this, hopefully discussing all the players currently that have been named, and maybe even some players that have not been publicly named but are named. And we'll see what happens there. But on a positive note, next week for week 4 for Sunday night, it will be the New Orleans Saints versus the Dallas Cowboys in Arlington, where the Cowboys came back from a 21-0 deficit and ended up winning their game 34-31, and the Saints obviously dominated the Vikings 20-9. And both quarterbacks were the number 9, so it'll be very interesting. I'm looking forward to that match. Let's hope next week we don't hear any more names, just so we can at least have some good old fun fashion football without the scandal. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Next Sunday, Saints Cowboys. Look out for that game. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you next time.